got sick again. This is not funny anymore. Hi, it's been 2 months. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Emily. It's Wednesday, November 6th. Yeah, the last time I vlogged was in September. Let me quickly run down to you what happened. Just really quick. We won't dwell. In September, I was running my Kickstarter for the Wind in the Wild. It did pretty well. I'm fairly pleased with that. I gotta remember to mention where I'm at with that. This might be just like a catch-up clip. I have no idea how long this vlog will be or what will happen. Anyway, I was running the campaign in September. I got sick then. No, wait, August. August I was running the campaign. Wow, okay. No, I haven't vlogged since August. I was running the campaign, I got sick, I got the virus, and you know, like I didn't have it really bad, but it took me out for like 2 weeks, and the brain fog it gave me for several weeks was offensive. And at that point I was already kind of bordering on... I was having a hard time getting back into writing, and the only thing I had finished at that point was like the last third of The Wind in the Wild this year. After our dog Alice passed away in December of last year, like I didn't write for like 2 months, you know? So, and then it took me a while to get back into it, and then I finished that, and I had to do art and set up the Kickstarter, and so I was feeling already creatively pretty not good. And then I got sick, and then about when I was getting better on, I think it was September 4th, we also had to say goodbye to Rosie, our other dog, and so I was so done. I did not write anything, do any art other than necessary, do any social media, do any YouTube for like 2 months. Now is when I'm basically starting again. Like I was keeping up on the Kickstarter stuff and things that I needed to do, but I also got into like game development and stuff as something creative to do that didn't have to do with the process of any of my other regular work and like playing games and stuff like that, because I finally have a new laptop, by the way, I hit my lamp, that actually handles games. Point is, it's now November. This year got away from me, clearly. Like 4 months of the year was just taken up by me being sad about my dogs and not being able to creatively do anything, because like my creative stuff is tied up in like what happens in my real life, you know? Like I associate them with my books a lot, and so still sad, obviously, but also getting really sick of not writing. I've been trying off and on the last couple of weeks to get back into writing, but it's difficult, especially because I'm in the middle of no project. So you got that extra level of trying to write a new book on top of it, which is always kind of rocky in those first couple chapters. But I'm doing social media again. I'm doing this again. I gotta edit my Kickstarter vlog. There was one vlog I did in August, whatever I was doing in August. I think I was editing The Wind in the Wild. I think I probably will not edit that and post that, because it's like looking at it is like the last few weeks that Rosie was alive, so I don't really want to edit that. I don't really want to edit my Kickstarter vlog either, but I do want that vlog edited and out there because it was a good time. So, point is, in August, I finished editing, still got a cough by the way, I finished editing this. It went to Natalia in September. I got it back in October. I was out of town for like a week, and I finally edited, fixed all her edits, and now the updated hardcover and paperback are coming from Ingram Spark, so I can proofread them and check the formatting before I get the special edition for the Kickstarter. That's where I'm at with that. Officially in the I've read this too much, don't want to look at it anymore, but I also need to do the audiobook for it. I'm finally getting to packaging the comics and plushies for Nightfallen. Like, I was supposed to be doing it like a week and a half ago, but then I got sick, and on top of feeling crappy, I don't want to like cough all over people's packages. Backer Kit, I did their Booktopia event in September. I mean, I did it as in I set the whole thing up, and then it was like the day after Rosie died that was supposed to launch. And it did launch, but I didn't do anything for it. Like, I made one social media post, like, hey, this is there if you want, and that was it. But I don't know when I'm gonna, I did an unboxing video, but like Book Vault did not print the proof correctly. This is the proof. The edges look really nice. The case cover looks really nice, but they were supposed to print the reverse dust jacket, and I have end sheets here, but none here. So I'm waiting, and I'm annoyed because it takes them forever to print anything, and they're over in the UK, and so like I'm trying to get this done by the end of the year. It's such a simple project. I'd like to be shipping these out, but like no printer has ever been on top of anything ever, clearly. Oh yeah, and there's a delay with the comics too, because the printer, I got the proof and for the foiled edition, and it just came with no foil. Nowhere. And there was like scratches on the inside, and it was really weird, and like the print tech was all apologetic and everything, and we'll get that done. But like, they don't offer cheap proofs anymore between like the few weeks it took to get to me when I printed it, and now they have different machines, and so they don't offer the same cheap proof copies. So like, I have to just do the bulk run, and they're gonna leave a note for the print tech to absolutely double check everything, and if they print it wrong, they'll reprint it type thing. But I'm just Ingram Spark printed one of my proof copies of In Dying Starlight so off-center. There's like a big white band on one side. Has any printer ever not sucked? Ever? 48-hour books is pretty good. I've heard some people have problems with them, but I've never had a problem with them. I don't know. I'm using a whole new printer for The Wind in the Wild. It's R.R. Donnelly is the printer, but I'm doing it through Merrick Books, who's my fulfillment partner, so they're known for being really good, you know, and this is like a print run thing, so they better. Point is, everyone who's just even remotely print on demand sucks. But we'll get there. I want to try to salvage the end of the year. You know, it's the beginning of November. I have two things I want to do. Writing-wise. Clearly I have a lot of Kickstarter stuff to do. But I don't know what I'm doing next year, because like, I have written nothing this year except the last third of The Wind of the Wild and like some short stories in Ian's world, you know. For the Unicorn book, I'm pretty sure I told you guys about that. Yeah, I did. For that one, I wrote about 10,000 words of it sometime back a few months ago. Didn't like it. Bad voice. Not good. Very below par for me. Scrapped it. Didn't like it. This happens a lot. I will write like 10,000 words of a book and be like, no. It happens a lot. More than you would imagine. The Wind in the Wild is one of the only books where I did not rewrite it, and I did not scrap any large chunks of it. I'm impressed. I'm starting that one over. That one feels like maybe a 50,000, 60,000 word book, a reasonable length book. Ha ha. Novella. Also, I'm stuffy, so maybe I might sound horrendous. I don't know. Oh, I want to try to draft that. Put a decent chunk into that before the end of the year. Also, last year at this time, I was writing a little novella I was calling Project Assassin. I have come back to it, looked at it, at least figured out why the voice didn't work on that, and I know how to edit it. Probably gonna add in a plot line to it, like a minor plot line, so I want to try to do that before the end of the year. NanoWrimo. Why does this vlog clip feel like the world is on fire? Everything is fine, you know, but NanoWrimo. I'm not doing that. anymore. No judgment to anybody who does. If you don't know, I'm not gonna go into it, you know, Google it. I can't even remember all the details about it at this point, but not only last year there was accusations that some of the members acted really inappropriately towards like the youth group section of NanoWrimo, the teen NanoWrimo section, which is bad enough. It's like on top of that, this year, it's probably a couple months ago now, I don't remember, they came out with a policy like endorsing AI usage to write books and, you know, basically called you like classist and ableist if you disagree. I feel like I don't need to say anything about that, other than I will not be using them anymore. I tentatively thought about joining Kate Kavanaugh's writing 100K in the last quarter of the year goal, but clearly I was not on top of my game this last quarter of this year. I may try something like that in the new year, January, February, March. Might try like a 100K goal within that as something to do to kind of replace the fun around NanoWrimo. It just feels weird even talking about this. Good grief. I think I have something else to tell you. In Dying Starlight. The update with that, I'm not going to show them to you yet, but I got all the novellas updated, formatted, and I have the proofs for all 12, other than like book 8 that came out horrendously, which reminds me I need to email them and be like, guys, have you printed a straight line ever in your life? I also got the box sets done for them. I have paperbacks now of books 1 through 4, 5 through 8, and 9 through 12. Not showing them to you yet. They're so, like, these little big chunky 5x8 books. They're so cute. I love them. I will show you soon. But, right now, like, election season is a bad time to do Kickstarters and to publish and to do all sorts of stuff like that. And since I'm relaunching this anyway, I think I'm going to wait until February-ish for all things election to kind of die down and for people to get back to like their normal book buying processes and stuff like that. I was gonna do it this month. I was actually gonna relaunch the series this month, and then I went, maybe not. I've been watching a lot of people's Kickstarters tank because of election season, and Kickstarter is different than Amazon, but it's not that different, you know? So, we're putting that off just a little bit. Again, it's fine. I'll figure out how to market that series one day. This video's going on 15 minutes long. This may just be like a catch me up vlog. I don't know. So I don't have word count goals for anything really. I don't even know if I'm gonna track my word counts super diligently over the next 2 months. I'm feeling very, you know, I just want to write. I may not be like, here's the word counts I did, or I may tell you guys if I did a particularly good day and I remember it when I do the vlog clips. And I may track my words. You know, I may, once I start writing decently again, go, no, I want to track my words. But if I don't be surprised. Don't ask me if I've had more ideas for new series in the last couple of months. Of course I have. I've outlined some of them. Ugh. I'm never gonna write all the books I want to write before I die. It's simply like physically impossible. I would have to write like 1,000,000 words just to get through my current work in progress list. Including the fact that anytime I work on a new project, Thistle is just like back here just like staring at me. You know, you have me to write. And I really want to write that series too, but it's so daunting because not only did I have to scrap 130,000 words of it the last time, but it's 3 big books. And I can't really like publish one book at a time. In Dying Starlight was a bit of a outlier on that because I've been working on it for so long. But if I write a big series, I need to draft the whole thing before I publish book 1, because inevitably I will write something into book 3 that means I have to change it in book 1. So Thistle is kind of like this project where, well, when you sit down to do it, it's going to take up a lot of my writing time for a long period of time in which I cannot be writing and publishing other books. Or the other books I'll be writing and publishing will be at a slower pace. It's very daunting to try to figure out how to sit down and write Thistle, which is one of the reasons it would be really great if I could write, like, draft that unicorn book by the end of the year. And so then I'll have it to publish next year, and maybe I can spend some time getting a significant chunk of Thistle done. I think that covered like every work in progress that you guys know about. Tentatively, I will tell you that BackerKit has a Pintopia event that they're doing in January this time around. I got an invitation, and I might do some little enamel pins, like book-related enamel pins again. It sounds like fun, and those are like a fun, easy thing to do, and they're actually kind of fun to ship out because they're just so tiny. So that is tentatively up in the air. I will show you guys the designs if/when I make them. Do I have other things to tell you? You would think that after everything I've written and published, I'd be a little bit more chill about the process, and in certain ways, I am. I have a lot of imposter syndrome about this book in particular. It feels very odd. I guess maybe it's partially because somehow this is only the second novel I've ever published. I mean, there's In Dying Starlight, but it was such a vastly different process, what with posting it on Railroad and publishing the little novellas, and I didn't do a Kickstarter for it yet, so it kind of didn't make a splash. Nobody's really read that series. That's probably the reason I'm like relaunching it and stuff like that. And also, I think it's because this is such a popular genre that, you know, fantasy romance is such a whole different thing than anything I've written before. It isn't, like, this feels like a very me book, but also it is. And I'm nervous about this one, which is a surprise to me. Like, I'm nervous to distribute it to all my Kickstarter backers. There's like over 700 of them. Oh my god. Not because I think there's anything to change, or I'm like worried there's a typo. There's always going to be a typo. There's an inevitable typo in every book. My editor's gone through this. My beta readers really liked it. I really liked it. I don't think there's anything to change in it. I've had it drafted for long enough that I don't think I'm going to change my mind about that. You know, at a certain point, you just have to, like, press the publish button on any book, you know. There's things I would probably change about Under the Earth if given a chance. Not big things, but, like, little tweaks. So I'm just kind of surprised that I'm feeling imposter syndrome-y about this book. So, like, I don't know, if you're a new author, maybe that'll make you feel better that, like, or maybe it won't, but, like, maybe it'll make you feel better if you feel really nervous and imposter syndrome-ish. That's normal. It's gonna happen. It's not gonna really impact anything. You know, this is on schedule-ish. Life took me out so much that it's taken me a bit longer to get, like, the secondary proofs than I wanted. But, like, this is good. The cover is good. All the artwork is good. I have nothing to change or improve about this that I can see, or that anybody has told me. I just am really, really nervous about this one. It's not even like I'm publishing smut or something. I'm not. So I just thought I would mention that, since this clip is just going to be one long catch-up vlog anyway. I probably have forgotten something I wanted to mention in the last couple of months, but I'll just end this. We're just going to end this little catch-up video, okay? Hope you guys enjoyed hearing me ramble for what will probably actually be close to 20 minutes. So, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, giving it a thumbs up and a subscribe really helps out my channel. I'm actually impressed I still remember the outro to my vlogs because it's been 2 months. You can pre-order this baby. It's on BackerKit right now, so you can actually get the special edition still, too, for when all those get printed. You can also grab all my other books, of course, and I will see you guys in the next video, which will actually be a proper vlog, I hope. Bye!